Hello book nerds and computers, I'm Summer from Silver-Eyed-Fangirl, and today I am reviewing just a little book called The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. The Fault in Our Stars is about two teenagers called Augustus and Hazel who both have two different types of cancer, and this book is basically about them falling madly in love after they meet in a support group for teenagers who have cancer. And this story is basically about their ups and downs and them dealing with what they have. At first I didn't think that I would like this book because obviously it's about teenagers who have cancer, and to anyone cancer is a bit of a touchy subject. But when I finally picked it up and started reading it, I absolutely loved this book. Because it not only shows what it's like to be a teenager, but it shows what it's like to be a teenager with cancer in love. John Green's writing is so beautiful and inviting. It just brings you more into the story and it makes you fall in love with these characters so much more. My favourite character was probably, apart from Gus and Hazel, probably Isaac, who is Augustus's best friend and Hazel's friend that she meets in the support group. And he has cancer basically in his eyes and he has to get them removed. But throughout the book he does go through quite a lot of stuff. See, with Gus and Hazel, they start falling madly in love, but with him, he has a lot of obstacles to overcome. And the way he does that is by humour, basically, and I think that's how a lot of people should be now. Just, instead of being really depressed about things, just make things fun and happy. About this book, I liked how different it was. Like, most YA love stories now are set in dystopian futures with mythical creatures in mythical lands, and I think what makes this book so much more emotional is that this happens to a lot of people a lot of the time, and it's not something we can sit there and go, oh, it's just a book, because it isn't. These characters, yeah, they may be fictional, yeah, they might not be set on actual real life things that happen to people, but it does still happen to people now, and it does still happen. Like, it could happen to, like, your next door neighbour or even yourself, someone you know. What I didn't like about this book is, I understand that there'll be doctors in this book because of, like, the cancer, but there was so much medical terms and medical sayings I didn't understand. I had to look up on the internet. If John Green had wrote the medical word, and then just put in brackets like what it means, then that'd be brilliant. But I had to stop reading the book a few times and look up a word that I didn't understand myself. My favourite part was probably when Isaac kinda has a tantrum in Gus's bedroom, breaking all of Gus's, like, basketball trophies and things like that. And it's good to read him letting go, basically. And Gus is happy that his friend is throwing a tantrum in his room and breaking his trophies, because Augustus knows that that is what Isaac needed during that time he was going through. My least favourite character, this was probably a lot of people's least favourite character, was Peter Van Houten. His meanness towards Augustus and Hazel was just really unacceptable. And even though they both gone all that way just to meet him and just to get some answers from him, he was so mean, and I just wanted to reach for the book and just punch him. He was just so annoying, and I really didn't like him. My least favourite thing was after a certain chapter 21 for you guys who have read it. It was just, well, not after, the first line on that book I really don't like it because it was just so quick and so casual, like, yeah, this happened, let's get over it, let's do something else. It wasn't anything big, but I think that's what John was trying to push across to you, that stuff doesn't happen really big and announcing and gracefully. It can just happen like that. My overall impression on this book is it was a beautiful and sad and emotional book that needs a lot more recognition than it already does. For those of you that have read The Fault in Our Stars, or when you read it, I started bawling and crying. Well, I started welling up on page 217. It is a really emotional book, and throughout the last few pages of the book, I really did bawl like a baby. I was trying to see the words through really teary, big, swollen eyes. And I think that just shows how beautiful and powerful John Green's writing is. This book made you feel so many emotions that it's crazy. John Green is, to me, a master at writing now, and he is brilliant, a master at writing and playing with people's emotions. I recommend this book to anyone who is still into like teen romance and things like that, but do not want the mythical creatures side of it or the dystopian future side of it. I know there's like Anna and the French Kiss and Lola and the Boy Next Door, but this is something totally on its own, totally different. It is a beautiful story, and it's so emotional and beautiful. It needs to be shared with the world, I think. Warning though, throughout the last few chapters, maybe even halfway through, you will start to cry. And if you don't, one, you're either not really bothered about this book, or two, you are made of stone. But I guess that's the thing about pain, it demands to be felt. So that was my Fault in Our Stars book review. I hope you liked it. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, don't forget your local library, and keep reading. Bye!